So, can you build an AI voice agent in under 10 minutes? Yes, you can, and you can build it with this tool in front of me. The tool is called Vappy. Now, obviously, this tool is something that we've been using for our agency for some time. And yeah, I'm just going to show you around and how you can set it up. It's really easy. Vappy has a lot of options. This is by far the best software for AI voice agents. So if you want to check it out, we always have a link in the description. And yeah, so the first thing you want to do when you land here, obviously you want to go to phone numbers because you want to set up a phone number. So you can import phone numbers from Twilio, from other platforms, but you can create a phone number here. And as you can see, I have here California number code. So for example, if you're in California or any country code, you can take the code. So for example, 209, we can put it here, 209, and then we can hit create, okay? Now, once we hit create, as you can see here, we would be able to activate the phone number. So we'll need to wait for the phone number to be activated, okay? And once it's activated, this is going to be our phone number. This is an inbound phone number. And yeah, we can kind of set this up later. However, this is still, it needs to be activated. So next up, what you want to do is you want to go to your assistants here and you simply want to create a new assistant. Now, as you can see, I have here a sample assistant, which you can go here and you can edit. Okay, so let's go one by one here. So first is the model. Here you can see the cost of your AI voice agent per minute. So this is going to be costing me 12 cents per minute. Okay, the more complex this is, right? For example, if I use Anthropic, if I use here maybe like some other, let's say if I use OpenAI actually here, and if I use like GPT-5 mini, this can change based on the model I'm using. So for example, GPT-4.1 mini, okay, it's not really changing that much, but you get the point, right? If you go here, if you adjust the temperature, stuff like that, this can change. So just take that into consideration. As you can see, Vappy is the hosting. Then we have transcriber, which is DeepGram. Then we have model, which is model used for AI voice agent. And then we have 11 Labs, which is used for the voice. Okay, so all of this is in the pricing. Okay, so from there we have a model. Obviously, we have OpenAI. We're going to be using GPT-5, which is the best one. Here, first message mode. So this just controls how the assistant handles the first message. Assistant speaks first or assistant waits for the user. This will, again, this will kind of vary depending on what you want to do. You have assistant speaks first. I think that's really good. Like, hello, this is Ava. How may I assist you today? Okay. Next thing is the system prompt. This is by far the most important part of your AI voice agent. Now, the system prompt can be used to configure the context, role, personality, instructions, and so on, as you can see here. So here you can always generate, so you can describe how you'd like for your assistant to talk and to feel the personality and stuff like that. You don't even have to go in ChatGPT, which is pretty amazing, okay? So I already generated this right here. So I have it here. I have major mode of interaction. I have training instructions. So here you can kind of set this up and see it for yourself. Okay. So this is the model side of things. If I scroll down, I can also select the files. So if I have Google Documents of maybe like if I have a real estate agency, I would probably need like files with documents with properties, so I can add multiple different properties here as well, or multiple different like data points for extended questions. Let's say I'm asking something, the AI voice agent, and AI voice agent doesn't have that. So with files you can add like more context to the AI agent. Okay, so here you have maximum tokens. You can just leave this as it is. Temperature, you can adjust this depending on how this will work for you. Usually this is good. Voice configuration here, again, if you're using 11 Labs, it's going to be costing you that much, 12 cents. If you're using something else, maybe you're familiar with something else, you can use it. However, I think 11 Labs is pretty good. You can also use VAPI. In this case, if we scroll up, yeah, nothing will change here, so it's quite good as well. And you can change the voice here to Cole, Harry, Elliot, stuff like that. And you can also go to voice. We will cover this later to see exactly how to set this up. I'm kind of going through these configurations just so you can understand what's happening, okay? Additional configuration, this is just if you want like background sound URL, like a background sound. I wouldn't really recommend that. Transcriber, this is how what model you're going to use to transcribe, because every time an AI voice agent does a call, you would be able to get transcription, okay? DeepGram is quite good. 11 Labs is also good. I think if you use 11 Labs, yeah, it still stays the same. So you can use that. Background denoising enabled. You can do this. However, again, you don't really need it. Tools. So when it comes to tools, like tools are really good because you can select a tool here and you can create a new tool by going to tools here. So if I go here and just like a middle click with my mouse, I can go and I can create a tool here. So I have a custom tool. I can end the call when I want. I can send text when I want. I can even like add go high level here, which is quite good. Or I can create an event. So for example, I can check availability for an event, right? So right now I added that tool in here. I can describe the tool in a few sentences. For example, checking the availability on the calendar to book a meeting, okay? And then you can enter the calendar ID. If you have like the calendar ID, you can add it right here. Messages, you don't really need to kind of mess with that. So you can save this. And let's say we go back to our tools here. So we can go here and we can select the tool. Obviously, I will need to just refresh this just so I can kind of show you. And we go to tools, and as you can see, we have the tool here, okay? So that's the tool. We also have predefined functions, so we can enable end call function. This will allow the assistant to end the call from its side. So this is best for like GPT-4 and bigger models like GPT-5, for example. But yeah, I wouldn't really mess around with that either. Custom functions, again, this is more advanced. Really wouldn't really mess around with that. Summary, this is the prompt that you're used to summarize the call. Again, you can use this because then you're going to get a transcription. That transcription will be quite a lot of text, so you can kind of summarize it in here. So you can just add this in here. Success evaluation, if you are doing sales and stuff like that, this is quite good. So it's prompt used to evaluate if the call was successful. Quite important if you're doing sales calls. And then you have privacy, speaking plan. As I mentioned before, VAPI has a lot of options here. Stop speaking plan, call timeout settings. You can kind of configure this on your own. I'm just kind of showing you the overview. So if you go to voice here you can see the voice. So you can add a custom voice ID. If you have 11 Labs, 11 Labs has a V3, which is going to come to VAPI soon. Additional configuration here. Again, this is just, we're going just with the same configurations that I went through. So I went to the model, and if we scroll down, we're going to go to the voice, which is this part here. So this is the same part, okay? Transcription, same part. Tools, I showed you this as well. Analysis, showed you this as well. Advanced, again, HIPAA compliance. So you can enable this if you want it to be HIPAA compliant, which is pretty crucial for some companies. It's enforced at the organization level, as you can see. And then you have compliance. So this is actually what I was talking about here. Recording consent. This is for the enterprise customers, which I'm not an enterprise customer. And then you have a widget. So this is where you can actually go and you can copy this widget and you can paste it, okay? Now, if I want, I can publish this. Like if I want, I can just publish this here. And now the assistant is published, okay? Now, obviously, this is just for the AI voice assistant. If I have like a like a phone number here, which right now I have the phone number. It's unlabeled. I have here the inbound settings. I can select the assistant here, Ava, and whenever someone calls to this number, the Ava assistant will actually answer. So that's essentially how you can set it up. And then you can obviously make a call. You can create a squad to enable this feature if you want. Like this is like outbound settings. So you have here inbound when someone is calling you, and you have outbound. So you're calling someone else, and then you can go here and you can set this up as well. You can create a squad to enable this feature. So if the assistant is not available, the call can be routed to a specific squad. A squad in this case, if we create a new squad, as you can see, Squads is a workflow tool that you use to connect multiple assistants into one flow. So you can even connect multiple assistants, which I'm about to show you this in another video. This is a more advanced feature. However, it's also quite useful, okay? Here you can see the metrics on the left side. You can test suites, which we're going to be just, skipping for now. You can do call logs as well. So just you can see call logs and chat logs and session logs as well, okay? If you need more credits, you can buy them here, but that's essentially, that's an overview on how you can build an AI voice agent in under 10 minutes. And keep in mind, Vappy is the best for this. Plus, it's also quite flexible, and you have a lot more options than other average platforms that, you can create AI voice agents with. So check out Vappy with our link below. And if you have any questions, let us know in the comments below. We'll see you in the next one.